All right, we're live. Hey, everybody. Hey, Chicago. I am Dr. Melissa Mann, and I am here with the beautiful Heather Nichols and Ava Pandit. And Heather is coming to Chicago to do a body process class next Saturday, April 9th. And we're so excited to have her here. And we thought we'd do a quick impromptu live. We didn't schedule this or anything, just to ask Heather a little bit about the body processes she's going to do here and how much fun can we have.
Yeah.
So welcome, Heather and Ava. Tell us a little bit, Heather, about, first of all, can you just tell us a little bit about your journey with this body process classes and like what kind of led you to this? And like, yeah, what have you been choosing?
Yeah. Yeah. We were having a meeting, the three of us, about these classes in Chicago. And we were like, just really loving the energy. And we're like, why don't we go live and just share this with people? My body was one of the first things for me that really, really changed with Access, like where the tools really had a miraculous impact on me. And it actually changed so many different areas of my life because I had done the foundation class, and Gary Douglas was coming here to Colorado to do an advanced body class, and my body was like, we're going to that. And I'm like, okay, so that means I have to take 2 3-day body classes and a level 2 and 3, which was a COP, which I actually did my first one in Chicago. I think that might have been the last time I was there. It's been a long time.
Oh,
That was like 2013, I think.
man, Chicago misses you.
I know. So my body was like super clear, like we're going to advanced body. And I'm like, okay, because I had all this chronic pain and like allergies. I just had all this intense stuff going on with my body. And I was like, well, body, you're going to have to really help me create the money for this because, but I also was like, okay, well, they say that choice creates, so let's try that out and see if that works. I had just taken foundation. And it did, I just chose and got the classes and I went to Chicago, and that was amazing for the level 2 and 3 with Dane. And then the next weekend was at ABC in Denver. And I had all this like severe back pain, and I asked Gary about it, and with one question and one body process, this chronic back pain that I had for years, it was just gone, and it never ever came back. I couldn't move. I was like, I was a yoga teacher, like really healthy, bolder person, and it was like there were mornings where I couldn't even put my shoes on. I couldn't bend over because it hurt so much. And it just went away, poof, like that. And it was also the beginning of me choosing something different as a mom, with parenting and with money and with my business. Like there were so many different choices rolled up into this one choice, like not just to take this class, but then what, unraveled with my body after it. And it just showed me how connected everything is, and was the beginning for me of a really different reality with my body. And I've been working with bodies. Well, when I found Access, I had been working with bodies for, I guess, I don't know, 10 or 15 years before that, facilitating movement. And I was a somatic psychotherapist. I did a lot of trauma work and really cool stuff with bodies that I was doing before. And I still bring it into the work that I do, but it didn't have the kind of impact that the body processes and all the body stuff in Access has had. And I just, becoming a 3-day body facilitator is, it's a big choice. Like we have to facilitate 59 classes to for every single body process that's in the current manual to 6 or more people. And I started on that journey a while ago, and then I was like, oh, well, that's too hard. I'm going to stop. That was like 7 years ago. And I just, every time I would ask myself, what is the future that I really desire to see and have and create on the planet? It was always bodies, 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 bodies.
Wow.
And so I finally was like, okay, I need to do this. And it's been so cool to choose it, and like see what a journey of receiving it's been for me. And also just like what my body is becoming and like mutating into, and just to be part of the exploration of these body processes. Because it's people have, you can do like a 3-day body class where everybody's exploring lots of different processes, but the individual body process classes are so cool because everybody's exploring the same process and the same energies. And it is an exploration. It's not about me being there to tell you what this process does. It's like, let's perceive these energies together. Let's perceive them with our bodies. Let's receive them with our bodies and
Wow.
see what we can change in our lives.
Wow, that's a totally different, like, way of seeing it and looking at it than even, like, I think I had noticed until right now. That's really incredible. Thank you so much. Wow, and the processes that you're doing here in Chicago, can you tell us anything about them?
Yeah, there's two that I chose. Well, I don't really choose them. They choose the place. I'm like, I'm going to Chicago, and I look at the list, and it's like, plink. They jump out. So the first, I'll read the name. So the first one is, let me look here, the dissipation of human physiognomy. And then the second one is initialization, activation, and exponentialization of humanoid physiology. And those, like, where are we? I got to come back to you now. Okay. Those, like, this is part of the gift of the processes in general, these body processes, is they really allow us to step into the difference that our bodies are as humanoids and recognize that we are humanoids, function really differently than the rest of the world. And our bodies are different. And sometimes we even say, you're sort of like a different species, which is a cool way to look at things, because if your body isn't like the human species, that does a lot of form and structure and order and control and judgment and conclusion and all that stuff, your body is way more this like space of possibility, that humanoids be. And these processes in particular, they undo all these places where you're making yourself form and structure, like making you and your body human, subject to human reality and part of human reality. And you get to actually have the space and the ease of changing things with your body and letting go of pain and illness. Like, there's the overcoming the limitations, that shows up with so much more ease, when you actually facilitate your body with these energies to be, and you just gift your body these energies that allow it to be the energy, space, and consciousness that it is, and relaxing away from the trauma of being in this world and trying to fit in a world where you don't fit, and trying to make your body like other bodies. And you get to start to explore what's it like to have this unique body that isn't subject to the lies and the limitations of this reality, but actually has possibility, and then that just translates into how you, like, what you can do with your body, what you can be with your body, the ease you can have, and how you create your business and how you show up in your relationships, your sex life, your money flows. Like, it translates into everything, because you just get to have more of you, basically.
So cool. So yummy. I was like, I can't wait. My body's all
Yeah,
just all tingly and ready.
I
And like
know.
Heather, like you just even saying your body has a space of possibilities. Oh,
Yeah.
right. Like, and I've been to body process classes with Heather here in Seattle, and oh my gosh, just to share a little bit from the other side of, like, as a participant, when you're in these classes where you're just, relaxing, receiving, and Heather has this beautiful way of like just being this space through which anything that you're ready to let go of, you'd like to let go of, you just can. And like questions come up around so many different topics, not just bodies. And inclusion of your body in facilitation of that. And Heather, like how you embody that, even your thing with, when you talk about body as a space of possibilities, to me it's so inspiring. Your even the ice skating thing that you took up, wherein everything in this reality is like, oh, you're supposed to be this year old to start something like that.
Yeah,
All
4.
those limiting principles.
You're an adult skater if you start after like age 12,
That's right. I'm
Yeah.
like, this totally different, like
Yeah.
what's really true for you. So thank you for being that, truly.
Thank you. Yeah, I have a lot of fun with my body. I really enjoy it. And I also had, like, before we got on, I was like, oh my God, my body is having a really interesting day, so there's also that, but I can't imagine, like, the things that show up that are challenging for me with my body. It's like, I know it's always my body mutating into something greater and something more, and that's what's been going on for me today and this week, is just this, like, my body going, okay, let's be greater. And sometimes you gotta, rearrange some stuff, and have a easier reality, like a reality of ease, joy, and glory. And if our bodies aren't included in that, then it's not actual ease, joy, and glory, And a lot of people they want to do access, and they want to use these tools, and they don't really want to have a connection with their bodies. But you can't get very far with consciousness if that's what you're desiring, because your body it's an immense resource, actually. And that's one of the most amazing things about these body processes, is they just magically, as we run them, we gift them, we receive them, they allow our bodies to they allow us to receive our bodies as the resources that they are, which is just immense.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's so much receiving in this invitation of, like, wow, like what else is truly possible with, like, receiving and embodiment. That, wow, it's just so, like, I don't know that I have words. There's just this, like,
Yeah.
expanded energy of, if we were willing to include our bodies in our lives and our being, like, there's so much more available than I think most people realize is possible.
Yeah. And the cool thing is with the body processes, you don't have to figure out how to do that. It just occurs. You receive the processes and it just occurs. Like, this is such a cool story. I love this story. Really quick, and then we can go. But this lady, I had a class in Salt Lake City last month, and there was a lady there who had never done any access, and this is her, brand new, first time exposure to access, and she got up off the table. So I had her receive first, and she got up off the table after the first, session, and she said, I have rheumatoid arthritis. And she said, and I've had it for a long time. And she said, this is the first time in, I think she said, years, that I don't have any pain in my body.
Wow.
I was like, and that actually, I've actually been meaning to call her and just check in, because I wanted to know how she's doing. But I know I heard from the host that a couple days later, that was still the case.
Wow.
I'm like, what did we do? I don't know. We changed something. You don't have to know. Just lay down and receive.
Man, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
And it's so different, and that's one of the things I love about the body processes of access is, you do so many other modalities, and it's like, you have to do it this way, and it's all like form and structure and significant. And you get into a body process class, and it's like, you just receive, it's all that's required.
Yeah.
It's so different.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Heather. What a beautiful story, and I'm really just thrilled to have you coming to Chicago. And I think everyone who's already registered is asking about it and is very excited about it. And I would love it if even more people would join us to come play and receive And so thank you all for being here and listening now or in the future.
Yeah. Thanks everybody listening. And thanks, Melissa and Ava. This is really fun.
Yay.
Thank you.
Bye.